An Energy Media viewer sent me this meme last night and asked me if I would comment on it today. And I should do more of these actually. This is as you can see on the screen, it's from Oil Sands Action, I Support Oil and Gas, It Should Be Canadian.ca. There's a bunch of groups, or a bunch of slogans anyway. But up in the top right-hand corner, it's not quite as easy to see, you'll see Canada Action. So that's the group that Calgary realtor Cody Battershill created in 2012 as kind of an astroturf group, or I would call it an astroturf group, to support the Canadian oil and gas industry. An astroturf group is basically one that claims to be grassroots, driven by members, and in fact is either funded by the industry or somebody like Cody Battershill, who is an ally of the industry. So, not grassroots. So let's have a look at this. It's very misleading, and it says global oil demand projected to grow to 113 million barrels per day by 2035, but first we'll reach 110.2 million barrels a day in 2030, according to commodity experts. That's the key. Who is doing the forecasting here? So if you look way down at the bottom right-hand corner, and you probably won't even be able to read it on your video screen, but it says the source is Standard Chartered in oilprice.com, and it's a date in December of 2024. So who is Standard Chartered? I never heard of them before. And just as an aside, one of my hobbies is reading oil demand modeling. The OPEC, IEA, and all the rest of them. And there are only, out of the 19 that I did a video on here not too long ago, I found 3 that projected oil demand to grow past 2030, and 16 that thought it would peak in 2030. So when I see this kind of stuff, I'm pretty skeptical. But Standard Chartered turns out to be a UK-based bank. It's fairly well respected in the commodity industry, but it doesn't really have a top-tier track record when it comes to predicting prices, especially this far out into the future. And so I would say not reputable. I mean, essentially what somebody did is they went cherry picking and they found this reference in an oilprice.com story. And so they put it in the meme and look at us, commodity experts. No, not credible whatsoever. This is even more or less credible than the OPEC modeling, which is far more sophisticated and based on, it's a bigger model, more data, that kind of thing. And as I pointed out in the video, it was yesterday or the day before, the International Energy Agency has basically said that oil demand growth is going to slow and then stop in 2029. We're going to have peak oil demand in 2029. China is going to have peak oil demand in 2026, 2027 at the latest. There is this kind of a meme is propaganda. I don't believe a word of it. It's if you go to the It Should Be Canadian.ca, you'll find this fancy website that's promoting Canadian oil and gas, Canadian natural resources, which is fine actually. Natural resources promote forestry, I suppose, but it's meant to promote oil and gas. But it lumps in other natural resources to kind of, deflect, make it look like it's got a broader appeal, but the focus is oil and gas. And I haven't seen any of this kind of propaganda. It kind of comes in waves, right? And it looks like we're going to get another wave here because, of course, Alberta is putting pressure on the Carney government to, approve a pipeline to Prince Rupert, 1 million barrels a day. And we here at Energy Media, we oppose that. At the very least, somebody needs to show me the math, because the math as I do it doesn't add up. And I haven't seen anybody else release their math. So until they do, we're going to believe that it's probably not going to be economic, most likely will not be economic, and they shouldn't go ahead with it. So when you see anything from Canada Action, anything from It Should Be Canadian.ca, or I Support Oil and Gas, with another slogan on here, take it with a grain of salt, a really big grain of salt.